Hey y'all, it's your girl J back at it again for another review of Loving You Is Wrong. Y'all, this episode was juicy. This was a good episode. Slamming, actually. Sorry. This was a very good episode. And I'm ready to get into it. I don't even want to waste no more time in the beginning. How y'all doing? Everybody good tonight? Alright, let's do it. Okay. So we open up. Remember last week, Travis was given her the old heave ho. I don't know what that means, but you know the heave ho, like they used to. I don't know. I'm over it. Remember last week? It's not funny. Last week, Travis was like choking her up and attempting to take advantage of her. So this week we open up right where we left off. He's still on her. He's choking her out and remember he said kiss me, which last week. So he's over there, he's still trying to kiss up on her, and she's like, stop. She's trying to push him off her. And so he keeps kissing her. She's like, and then at one point she goes, you're not going to take advantage of me, and like shoves his face. He goes, take advantage of you? Oh, you mean like how you did me? And so she's like, no. She goes, I'm sorry. He goes, oh, you're sorry. He's like, it's too late for I'm sorry. It's too late for I'm sorry, but it's okay. It's okay. She's like, no, please. And then so he keeps kissing on her. Like, I'm like, dang, Tyler, like, are you really about to have him rape her? The kids inside the house? Like, that's never going to make it okay anyway. But I'm saying, like, that was taking me back to Baby Boy. Y'all remember when Taraji was in there in the room and Snoop Dogg was on her and she was like, you going to do this in front of my son? That's what you going to do? It took me back to Baby Boy for a second. A movie, but it was very serious. But anyway, so she's like, you gonna do this with the kids in there? He was like, I'm not doing nothing or something like that, he said. And then so as she keeps saying like, please don't do this. He's like, oh, you beg? He's like, you don't have to beg. You know why? He's like, because I'm gonna give it to you. And it's like still trying to touch her. He's not stopping. He was not gonna stop. Then Justice like flings the door open and he's like, Mom, are you okay? And then so Travis swings back. He's like, oh yeah, Mommy's fine. She made a mistake, but Daddy forgives her. And Kelly's looking at him like, wow, like this is what you do? That's how you act now? So, my bad. So yeah, Kelly is looking at him like, wow, okay. So that's how you do it? You gonna try and rape me and then Mommy made a mistake, Daddy forgives her? So then she's like, alright, come on kids. So she gets them in the house and closes the door on them. And then so he's trying to get in, trying to see if she locked the door, which she is locked. So they get in there and Kelly is crying. Okay, no, well not crying, but she's on the kids are in this, but she's still on the door like this. So she hasn't turned around yet. So he's like, Mom, are you okay? She's like, yeah, I'm fine. He's like, did he hurt you? Because even when they were out there, he goes, is she crying? And he looks at Travis like, what did you do? Because he's asking her, you okay? She's like, yeah, I'm fine, Justice. Everything's fine. And then she goes, are you crying? Is she crying? And then she goes, no, I'm not. So they get in there. And so he's like, Mom, you okay? She's like, yeah, I'm fine. Did he hurt you? Nah. And he's like, well, what's the problem? Like, why do you look like that? And then Mika goes, fast. I don't know where she would get this from, y'all. 8 years old, right? The kids are around 8, 9. She goes, well, I think they were making out. And Justice is like, no, they weren't. Like, ew. And then she's like, yes, they were. Look at her hair. Look at her clothes. I think they were making out. And then so Kelly kind of just gives Mika a look like, And she's just like, Justice, look, everything is fine. It's okay. She goes, good night. And, sends them back to bed. Then she breaks down. She's crying over the sink. Next, and then so he's freaking outside just saying stuff through the window. And she's like, I'm gonna call the police. She's still trying to get her breath because, he choked her. So she's like, I'm gonna call the police. Get up out of here, And he's like, I love you. He was like, you were my first love. He goes, and you will be my last. And she goes, I hate you, Travis. Like, get up out of here. I'm over you. And she goes, I'm gonna call the police. He goes, what's the police gonna do? And then he ends up but then he like creeps around to the other window. And then eventually he's out of there and gets in the car and drives away. So she had the phone to her ear the whole time, like she called the police. She really didn't. So when he got in the car and drove away, she then, she put the phone down and she like slides down the wall because she's crying. I can't believe, what is Tyler doing with the Travis character? I mean, I'm here for it, but I'm like, that was about to be a lot. Like, I was like, I know he was not really about to rape her. Like, he's not, like, this is not going to happen. I didn't even think it was going to go that far. I think that's why I was really surprised. Because I was like, nah, at some point he's just going to stop and he's going to be like, see how it feels? And then I'm thinking he's just gonna walk. No, he was really gonna rape her. Like, if Justice didn't come outside. So I was like, come on, Tyler, like, don't do this, you know? Anyway, we switched to the police station. So Esperanza is walking past, you know, the little cage they keep them in, cell. And so Julius is like, you know, he's Esperanza, and she turns around and she's like, Julius, what are you doing here? He goes, apparently I've been arrested. And she goes, good, that's good for you. He goes, ouch, do you want to know why I'm in here? She goes, no, why? I don't care. And then so she walks away. He goes, where are you going? She's like, I gotta get back to work. He was like, oh, you mean answering phones? Here, I didn't appreciate the shade on Julius. I was over him. So then she goes up to Ben, and she goes, Ben, how long has he been here? And he goes, I don't know, like, ask Andrew. So she goes to Andrew, and she's like, what did you get? Like, what is he in here for? And he goes, drinking and driving. And she goes, typical. He goes, do you know him? She goes, somewhat. Like, girl, you was messing with the dude, like, heavy. And you can't even really say you know him? That's a shame. So, I mean, I get being embarrassed about it, but she really didn't know who she was dealing with. Go back, she didn't even know his last name. Come on, Esperanza. So, she telling him, she goes, so he goes, so you know who he is. She goes, why? What did he tell you he is? He goes, Escada. And she goes, yeah. She goes, well, be careful. And he's like, what is that supposed to mean? She goes, exactly what I said. And then she didn't say it with that attitude. She was just like, I would have been like, exactly what I said. But she was like, you know, just what I said. And then she walked back into the call center. And then so Ben comes up and he goes, well, look at what you did here. Like calling him an idiot and stuff like that. And he goes, what do you want? Like, why are you bothering me? He goes, you brought in a cartel member. Like, good job. Very smart. And he goes, he was breaking the law. He goes, yeah, now he's going to break you. And he goes, don't you have something better to do? He goes, yeah, I'm doing it. He goes, what's that? He goes, annoying you. Like, Tyler is really developing Ben's character because this is something, like, we've never seen. So now we are getting, he could get buck with everybody but Eddie. But I suspect that's coming because he's going to have this heart-to-heart with Julius. I don't know if that's smart on Ben's end. On Julius, yeah, because I'm about to pile up the dirt on you, and then I'm going to be messy. And I'm gonna shake more stuff up here in the station, because I know half of y'all are in the station are dirty. Julius don't care, because, okay, you work for my family. So it's not like Julius is like, oh, we need to expose, but he's over Eddie. He was gonna use Eddie anyway. Like, okay, you're gonna get Claudia out so I can get my money in the cartel, and you're gonna get rid of Tilda. And, Eddie wanted Quan, so he was just gonna do that for him. So, I think Julius is getting, you know, like, even tonight, we're gonna get into it. Alright. So, he's telling, so then, again, Andrew's like, could you just go away? And Ben is like, okay, but he was like, me and Eddie don't need to do anything anyway, because you're gonna self-destruct. Bringing a cartel member into here, like, you're so dumb. He goes, his father is dead, and this is the leader of the cartel. And then, so he tells him, he goes, shut up and go away. And Ben finally walks away. So then Ben comes up, like, he was literally such a kiss up. Like, it was so, like, are you really that pathetic? Almost. Like, you would even just think, okay, I'm gonna leave him alone. I'm not gonna antagonize him. I'm just gonna go on about my business. No, he goes up to, he's calling him sir and all this, you know. Not sir, but he's calling him Mr. Escada. Like, as if he's got some position of power over you. And then he goes, yes, sir. Like, why are you calling him that? You know what his name? Even Mr. Escada would be appropriate, but he's calling him sir, yes, sir. Like, what are you doing? So he goes up to the cage, and he goes, Mr. Escada. Didn't really appreciate that. Like, Ben ain't got it like that, so I wasn't really appreciative. So anyway, so Julius is like, you know, who are you? And he goes, I'm Ben. And he goes, oh, okay. He goes, what happened to your hand, Ben? And he goes, it was an accident. He goes, was that accident Officer Eddie? And he goes, no, like, what are you talking about? He goes, it's okay, he shot me too. You want to see where he shot me? Remember, he shot him in the leg first season. He's like, nah, I'm good. Like, I don't know what you're talking about. So, he's telling him, wait a minute. Yeah. So then he goes, you know what? Because first he goes up and asks him, he's like, do you want some coffee? He's like, nah, I don't want no dang coffee. When I get up out of here, I'm going to make my own coffee. And then Ben is really kissing up, like, heavy. He's like, I'm going to make sure that you're able to get out of here. And I'm sorry, this is just the work of an incompetent cop, and I'm so sorry about that. And he goes, well, he better recognize who I am or something. And then so Ben is just like, So as he's telling him, he's like, okay, you're going to talk to me, though. He goes, you know what, why don't you go and get me that coffee? He goes, yes, sir. And goes and gets him the coffee. And Andrew walks up and is like, what are you doing? And Ben is like, I'm getting him some coffee. He's like, you can't do that. He's like, why? He's like, it's going to mess with the breathalyzer test. He said, did you give him one? He said, no, he refused. Remember, you can't give, if somebody refuses the breathalyzer test, they can still take you in, but you can't shove it down my throat. I mean, it's not going to work anyway, and you just can't do it. So, appreciate how Tyler kept it true to life. Anyway, so yeah, he goes, then how do you know he's even drunk? And he goes, I swear if you do this, Ben, he goes, what you gonna do? What you gonna do? And then so, again, Andrew punked out. He didn't say anything. And Ben walks away and opens up the cage and gives him the coffee. And Andrew standing there punked out like, nah, Andrew, you ain't even really do nothing. And so they talking about how everything, like, what's going on. And he goes, you could go straight to H.W. hockey sticks. You know, he's really dogging Andrew. So he's talking to Julius. He goes, you need some sugar? He goes, nah, I'm already sweet. I don't need no sugar. And I don't know if that was like some kind of, I could tell him right now what you had in the notebook. Because they looked at each other. But then again, I'm like, was Julius just being stupid? Like trying to say he fine or something like that? Like, was that, or was he being shady? I don't know. It looks like this is going to be long, you guys. Because I'm sorry. So then Esperanza sees that he's talking. He goes, no. Julius asked him, he goes, what's his problem talking about Andrew? And he goes, nothing. He's just trying to be a hero. And Julius goes, well, he better smarten up and recognize who I am. He's like, yeah, y'all better recognize just all this. Like, shut up, Julius. You know what I mean? Just. So then he sees, Esperanza comes out the call center. She sees, you know, Ben is talking to him. So she's putting like a file in a cabinet or whatever. And she goes, Ben, do you have anything to do? If not, I could give you something. And so he goes, man, you know, he goes, no, I'm fine. She goes, okay. And then so he goes, you know, we'll talk later. She's very well connected. You know, so pretty much she's the baby mama of Eddie. So I have to do kind of what she tells me. If I was Esperanza, I'd be like, oh, I still would have been over him. But I'd be like, man, go get me some coffee. You know, just to see, you're like, oh, matter of fact, could you go down the street and give me a milkshake? Oh, step here to your girl. I wouldn't do it. I don't know. Anyway, didn't really appreciate it because then Julius low-key tried to call her, like, you know, HOE. Because then he goes, oh yeah, we know how well-connected she is. And then he's like, yeah, man, we'll talk later. And he walks away. But when Andrew is standing still, he's still standing behind Ben. He goes, bye, witch. And Andrew punked out because then he literally just walked away. And I'm like, nah, Andrew. Then we switch to Randall. He's still in the box underground from what we assume, or about to be buried or something. And it's still, he's like, hello, is anybody there? He's got the lighter, you know, because it's dark down there, so he's trying to see. And he's like, I can hear you. He's like, help, because then you hear the baby crying. He's like, nobody can hear you, boy. Nobody can hear you. I can't hear you, boy. No, he goes, you can scream for help all you want. Ain't nobody coming. And so he's just laughing and stuff. And did y'all hear a woman? Because Rusty was talking to somebody because we got a voice. I don't know. So Randall is still down there. Rusty is still up there with the baby. And somebody else was holding the baby because then at one point he goes, hand me that baby. And that's when Randall really starts to, help. And he's like, nobody can hear you, boy. So then we switch to Alex. Now she is calling Lucian, who obviously he's not going to pick up the phone. He's going through his own stuff. So, and she's like, dang, like, why is nobody picking up the phone? And then she goes, Lucian, you know, please call me back. Then she's contemplating for a second because she goes, I can't call 911. It's this whole thing with Esperanza. It was a lot of dialogue. And I don't want to prolong it. But she's telling Esperanza, look, my son was kidnapped. And she goes, what? Like, what happened? Where was he at? Like, what? She goes, he was at the house, you know. I left him on a coffee table. Next thing you know, I came back in. And, you know, he was gone. And she's distraught. She's crying. She's like, honey, calm down. Like, I can't really understand you. Like, what are you saying? And so she goes, all right, I'm sending the police right now. She goes, are you hurt? Do you need an ambulance? She goes, no, I'm not hurt. She goes, but I do think I need an ambulance. So she goes, okay, so you are hurt. She's like, no, I'm not. But, look, I'm fine. Just please send an ambulance. That's fine. I was like, okay, I'm going to send the ambulance. The police are about 9 minutes away. The ambulance is about 3 minutes out. Okay, now tell me what's going on. She goes, I don't know what happened. I don't know. I went outside to check a noise, and and then I came back and the baby was gone. She goes, what do you mean he was gone? What you talking? She goes, I don't know. He was just gone. She's like, okay, honey, I'm trying to help you. Calm down. She got a little, calm down. So she goes, because she keeps asking her, like, she goes, okay, so what's happening? Why do you need an ambulance? She goes, Randall's mother next door. Okay, well, where is Randall's mother? Do you know what happened to her? No, I don't know what happened. She's over there. She's on the floor. Okay, where, in the living room. And she goes, okay, but where exactly is she? She goes, I don't know. She was on the floor when I left over there. She goes, okay, honey, calm down. I'm just trying to get all the information because when the police get there, they're going to need to know exactly where she is. So she's like, I'm sorry, I don't know where she is. And then at one point, she even asked her, can you go over there and check? And Alex is like, no, I'm sorry. I got to go look for my son. I'm sorry. And she hangs up on Esperanza. So she's like, I need to be up out of there. And then at one point she goes, and she tells her, like, Randall is missing. She goes, Randall's missing. My baby is gone. His mother's hurt. She goes, do you think Randall took the baby? She goes, I don't know. He's gone. She goes, okay, calm down. And she's trying to get her to stay on the phone, but she's like, nah, I gotta go. So then we switch back to Kelly. Kelly was asleep on the couch. Bang, 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 bang. Travis, I already called the police. Like, she's scared. She's like, Kelly, open the door. And she goes, Alice, are you with anyone? She's scared. So she goes, come on, Kelly, hurry up, open the door. So she gets up and she goes to the door. She's like, Alex, are you alone? She goes, Kelly, come on. So opens the door. And she's telling her she's just in a state of panic. She goes, I called, she goes, I need you to go over there. I need you to watch the kids. I need you to see. She goes, okay, what's happening? She goes, somebody took the baby. She goes, what are you talking about? What are you just, slow down. What are you talking about? Who took the baby? She goes, I don't know, but somebody took the baby. I gotta go. I need you to go over there. I need you to go watch my kids, please. I don't want them to wake up and know that anything is going on. I need you to go over there. Okay, honey, calm down. Like, what are you talking about? She goes, okay, I'm gonna go. She goes, okay, I'm gonna go over there. I'm gonna go over there with the kids. But I need you to tell me what's happening. Just, you stay here, talk to me. She's like, no, I gotta go. And literally runs out to the car, and Kelly just keeps saying, no, please, like, tell me what's going on. Nah. So Alex is ghosted up out of there, like, just skirt, and she's out. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I ain't mad at her. She gonna look for her son. She gonna look for him. Then we switch to Natalie and Lucian. Now, we find out tonight Joey and Fawn are alive. Quan is dead. Now, I was not expecting that because it looked like Quan's storyline was on the up and up. So, but nah, like, Quan is out of here, you feel me? So, Natalie is telling Lucian, she's like, nah, I can't go. I gotta go with the kids. He's like, look, I'm gonna watch the kids, okay? It's fine. Just, Jasmine, what are you doing? What are you doing? What? My sister, everybody out. Anyway, so she's telling him, she's like, I gotta stay with the kids. He's like, no, don't worry, I got the kids. Just go to the hospital with Joey. So she's like, are you sure? He goes, yeah. So as she's leaving out, Steven is trying to get a statement. He's like, I can't give you a statement right now. Like, I got all this going on with my family. I think it was low key. I know you're dirty, so I'm not telling you anything about what happened here. And this just happened to me and my family, so I'm not telling you nothing. So he goes, okay, I get it. Just go be with your family. As Lucian turns around and is about to walk away, who rolls up on scene? One of the fakest, we need to kill him individuals on the planet. Okay? Cut it. We're over him. Cut him. He needs to cut him. We need Natalie with the box cutter, and we need to just cut him. Now, so Eddie rolls up on scene, and he goes, I'm sorry about your son, Lulu. Oh my gosh. That sent me right into cardiac arrest. Thank God. Thank you guys. Raises. They had the ambulance on standby because that sent me. That sent me. It sent me right to the ER, everybody. Anyway, that's why my hair's a mess. Because I was in the ER and they wanted to keep me overnight. I said, no. I said, I need to get back to I need to review the show. I have fans. I have 10 million viewers. I can't. Okay. Obviously I'm kidding. Calm down. I can feel somebody saying something. It was a joke. Anyway. So he's like, sorry about your son, Lulu. So Lulu, oh my gosh, I hate Eddie. I swear it. I swear it. I'm sorry, God. I'm sorry, Jehovah. I'm over it. Okay, so he is. So Lucian, I cannot believe I was calling Lulu. So Lucian turns around and he's like, "What are you doing here?" And he's trying to, Steven is blocking him because Lucian about to go, Spatman. I wanted to say Spider-Man, but I was thinking Ninja Turtles, so it combined. Spider-Man, Ninja Turtles on him, you know what I'm saying? Just get, So Steven is blocking, and he's like, "What is he doing here? You don't got no right to be here." He's like, "I always got your back, Lou. You know I'm your part." Oh my gosh, I swear I was in the ER for the scene. I didn't see it. It was all a blur. I didn't see anything. I didn't see it. So anyway, Lucian goes upstairs because Steven is trying to defuse the fight. We don't even know where you stand, Steven. Okay, Rail saying he part of the Illuminati, y'all. I don't want to say nothing. I'm sorry, Joe, but don't strike me. So yeah. So I always got your back, Lou. He was like, "Aren't you glad you moving out of the ghetto?" Oh my gosh, I can't. So Lucian is up the stairs and he's out of there. So then Eddie goes over to the body, Quan, because we find out he's dead. That is so crazy. Like, Tyler is brilliant. This is brilliant writing. And I knew this already because I'm a big follower of his works. But brilliant, Tyler. Brilliant. So, Quan is dead. So, Eddie looks up the sheet and he goes, "Peekaboo." And, like, he's laughing. Because he finds out that's who, had the hit on him. And so, I mean, at least he keep it real, because when somebody die, you know how some people fake like they sad. If you ain't like the person when they was alive, don't try and act like you like them when they died. I mean, you don't gotta be like he is. Obviously, he's a dirtbag and I don't even want to say it. I know, that's why I didn't say it. The FCC would have been all over me. So, yeah, that's the only thing that, with Eddie, at least he keeps it real. I'm still over him and he needs to, I'm not even gonna finish it. Anyway, so he put peekaboo and he goes, and then Steven is like, "Stop." And they get into their little thing because he's like, "It's gonna be you and me." And then he goes, "Keep pushing me." Because he tells Eddie, "Wipe that smirk off your face." He's like, "Why don't you wipe that smile off your face, Steven?" He goes, "I don't got no smile on my face." And Eddie goes, "Oh, I forgot you just look that dumb all the time." And he goes, "Keep pushing me, Eddie." And like, you're gonna lose. He's telling like you gonna lose your job or something. Because he's telling like, "What you gonna do?" He was like, "Well, you gonna lose this job." He goes, "Keep pushing me and you'll see." And Eddie goes, "I'm waiting for you to take that jump." Like, pretty much that's gonna be suicide. Whatever, Eddie. We're over you. He's not that dude. That's the thing. It's like almost unbelievable. Like, I'd have been like, "You're fired." Because clearly, different ranks, Steven gets to wear a suit. So I'm guessing he's detective type. You're higher ranking than Eddie. So he can fire Eddie on the spot. I'm over it. He has seniority, so he might be able to fight it and come back. But I can still fire you at any point, so let's not play games. Okay? So, then Steven's like, "You'll be jumping before I do." And he's about to walk away. And Eddie goes, "Go on. Go ahead." And so Steven walks away. And he goes, "Thank God you did a favor for yourself, boy. Like, I was about to come get you. Thanks for saving me the trouble. Now I got to do is find your mama. And I'm good. Because remember, that was the deal with Julius. You live if you take out his mama and Claudia." Which, honestly, I don't even know why he said, "All I got to do is find your mama and I'm good," because you need to find Claudia too. So what are you talking about? I'm over it. Did he just forget? I don't care. I'm over it. So he hears him. So Steven is like, "Eddie, respect." He goes, "All right, man. Like, I'm going back to the station right now," and pulls out a freaking sucker. And oh my gosh, this sent me right to the ER. Don't even bring me back, y'all. They were doing the little shot treatments. 1, 2, clear. They were clearing. All right. Anyway, then the defibrillator. So then we switch to Marcy. Now she pretended like she sleep because Brad come in, right? So she's like, and tries to get up like she came out of the room. She's like, "Hi." And he goes, "Oh, did I wake you?" She's like, "Nah, not really." And they get into their thing where she's like, and she read him up and down like a woman does because we didn't even know. He goes something like, it was real. I got caught in some mud because she's like, why are you home so late? He's like, I was caught in some mud. And she goes, that why your boots are all muddy? And like just, I was like, go ahead, Marcy, come on, girl. And he goes, oh yeah, I was just caught in the mud, yeah. She goes, he goes, sorry, I'm gonna clean it up. And she goes, I know you will, I'm not cleaning up after you. And they had this cute thing that is like, I could see them being in a relationship. And so they talk, he even at one point says, what if all this happened because you and I were meant to be together? And she goes, Brad, we've already been down that road. And he goes, yeah, but you always try to make it seem like it would only be because of Alex and Randall. But he goes, what if it was just about me and you? What if this was supposed to happen? And she goes, so you're saying our spouses had affairs, lied to us, your wife had a baby and said it was yours, all so we can end it together? She goes, that's too much drama for me. I don't like that narrative. He goes, then let's change it. She goes, how? That's the truth. He goes, come on, let's move to another city. Let's start a new life, pretty much, he's saying. I'm like, wait, what about your kids? I'm sure he's got a plan for that, though. But she goes, Brad, no, like, I think we should just leave it alone. And he's kind of like, okay, I'm going to respect your wishes. For now, pretty much is what he's saying. And then she goes, I found some places that I think you might be interested in. And I think you should check them out. He goes, you're kicking me out? And she goes, look, I'm just trying to do the best thing for the both of us. And he goes, by kicking me out. And she's like, I'm sorry, but, you know, that's when he goes, I stayed out late just so, you know, you be in that room with the door locked. This is not my fault. And she goes, I know, I'm just saying. And then so at one point, she's like, so why aren't you asleep anyway? Because she goes, I wasn't asleep, I couldn't sleep. And he's like, so why aren't you asleep? And she goes, I wasn't feeling well. She goes, did you eat from the same place I ate from last night? He goes, yeah. Y'all, I seen something, but I'm not sure I want to spoil it. I'm not gonna. We about to find out, y'all. He goes, you want me to go get something for your tummy? You know, it's just a cute thing. And she's like, isn't that sweet? And he goes, what? And she was like, to offer that. And he's like, I mean it. And she's like, no, I'm alright. And then he goes, come sit. Because they were sitting, like, she was in a chair and he was on the couch. And so he goes, come sit. And it's like looking at her kind of freaky. I was over it. And so she goes, I ain't going over there. And he was like, why not? I just want to talk. And, you know, just, it was I love how Tyler put that in. Because, oh yeah, you ladies, I knew it. I said, that's a cliche guideline. Oh, I just want to talk. Fall off a cliff. Am I allowed to say that? Yes. It was metaphorical. Hypothetical, better yet. Metaphorical and hypothetical. Gosh, who's going to tell me I can't say that it was both? Somebody out there going to tell me? Anyway. So yeah, so then he goes, if I don't hear that door lock, I'm coming in that room. She goes, is that what we're doing now? He's like, yeah. And so he goes in there, she go in there and make sure she locked that door, because she already know. Girl, he told you. And at one point, he tells her, she goes, where were you? And he goes, I went up to, you know, this mountain, you know, to clear my head. And she's like, why didn't you ask me to go? He goes, you would have said no. And she goes, how you know? You ain't asked me. And he goes, okay, let's take a drive up there right now. She goes, I can't. He's like, see? And she goes, but don't just assume anything. And so he goes, you know, you're interesting, right? Because one minute you kick me out and then the next you're flirting with me. And she goes, you know, I told you why I kicked you out. He goes, yeah, it's because you want me. And she goes, yeah, but not because of Randall and Alex. So that was their little cute scene, you know. Could have been more appropriate, Tyler. So then we switched to Kelly. Now, she's at Alex's house. She's getting a collect call. You know, collect call from is her baby daddy. Now, we find out his name is Terrell. Terrell is calling her. He's like, you know, how you doing? And she's like, you know, I'm fine. You know, clearly she's awkward. And, oh, how is Justice? Oh, he's okay. Did you tell him about me? Not really. Did you tell him I was in jail? Nah. Oh, I get it. You know, I see why you wouldn't want to tell him that. He goes, well, I'm about to be getting, and then he goes, aren't you going to ask me how I am? And she goes, oh yeah, how are you? He goes, you know, I'm good. And he's like, I'm about to be out soon, you know, I'm about to be out on probation, and I want to come live with you. And so she kind of did like a huffing and puffing, and she was like, Terrell, you really expect us to pick up where we left off 9 years ago? And he's like, I know, and he had to take a breath when he was talking to, he was like, I know I shouldn't have expected you to wait for me, but, you know, I want to be in his life. I want to be Justice's father. He goes, isn't that what you want? He's like, look, just hear me out. Like, when I get back, you know, we'll talk and this, that, and the third. He goes, I'll see you soon. Because then the call is like, you have 30 seconds before the call is over. So, he is definitely wanting to pick up where they left off. No doubt about it. Like, and she is just not in that place. She's even like, I don't even know if she's gonna let him come stay with her. Cause she was like kind of, when he said, I want to come stay with you, she was kind of like, oh, I don't know about that. So then, Kelly gets a call. It's Essie. So she goes, girl, Esperanza telling her, she goes, you know what's happening? She goes, nah, girl, all I know is Alice came in my door banging, talking about she need me to watch the kids, and I don't know what's going on. Talking about the baby is gone. And Esperanza, so she goes, girl, what she tell you? So Esperanza like, yo, she told me Randall's missing, the baby is gone, and his mama is over there, something's wrong with her. She goes, wait a minute, Randall took the baby. She goes, girl, do you think so? She like, girl, who else was gonna take that baby? And he missing. She goes, he is such a dirtbag. And he was about to take her to court for custody. And Esperanza was like, I don't know, girl, that don't really make sense to me. And she's like, what do you mean? She goes, does anything really make sense with Randall? And Esperanza's like, true. So then it was this really long thing where she's just trying to tell her, no, and then she goes, did you hear any screaming over there? And Kelly's like, no, I didn't hear anything. She's like, I didn't hear anything except when Alice came to my door banging on the door. And she was banging on your door for what? I'm like, girl, didn't she just tell you? She goes, she needed me to watch the kids. And she goes, okay, so they get into this, it's this whole thing, just back and forth. I need you to go over there to check on the woman. No, I can't, I'm scared. Okay, go ask Ramsey. Oh, snap, he moved, it was a letter on the door, he moved back to Utah. Do y'all think Travis put that up there? Did Travis kill Ramsey? Was that his house he was in? We still don't know about that. So it's a note saying that he's back in Utah, so she even tries to call him. Nope. So Esperanza's like, okay, girl, I need you to go over there. Like, come on, I'll stay on the phone with you. Just walk over there. So she's walking up. It's a bloody driveway. No, bloody sidewalk. It's bloody. So she goes, how much blood? And she goes, a lot. And she goes, okay, where does the trail lead? She goes, girl, I don't know. It's just a lot of blood. She goes, okay, I'm going to need you to follow the trail and tell me where the blood's coming. I need you to know where the blood is coming from. So Kelly's like, no, I can't do it. She's like, come on, and forces her. So she finally looks, and she goes, okay, what do you see? She goes, a bloody body. It's Miss Louise's hand stretched out like this, and like she's laying. Tyler is killing it. This is fantastic. That's fantastic. So, and I want to say, when Esperanza called her, she was going back to her house to get her toothbrush for the night, because, she's going to be with the kids. But this is going to be crazy, y'all. And then at one point she asks Kelly, she goes, which way did she drive off? She goes, girl, I don't know. She goes, okay, well, she took the red truck, right? She goes, yeah. And she goes, well, did you get the plate? She's like, no, girl. And then she's like, you let her drive off? She was like, I tried to stop her, but she just went. So, next week, it's really about to be on and cracking. Eddie gonna be coming up in there, raising his voice about some night shift, you don't work no night shifts, blah, blah, blah. She gonna be standing up to him and talk about, oh, well, baby, guess what? Your days are numbered, and I need to be accumulating the dollars, okay? She don't say it like that, but she should have. And then we have Julius and Eddie again. Eddie and Ben are ganging up on Andrew. Andrew's taking it. So next week we're going to be going into it, y'all. We are going to be going in even more into it than we did this week. Now, this episode was off the chain, okay? So I want to thank you guys so much for watching. I want to thank my new subscribers. Thank you guys so much. I never thought my channel would grow this much. Love this show. Love you guys. Appreciate you guys. I gotta go to school tomorrow. It's your girl, Jada J. Peace and good night.